ahead. So Erin, tell us why you're here and what's your name?
Erin, I saw an advertisement for your facility through Dr. Michael's show.
Okay.
And I was tired of hurting, so I thought I'd come down and see what you offered.
So tell us a little bit about what were you hurting from? What was your diagnosis?
Avascular necrosis on both shoulder joints.
Can you explain to the public who don't know what avascular necrosis is, what that means?
That means the bone is dying and they don't know why.
Okay.
Doctors haven't seen it in shoulders, but they've seen it in hips and usually in people over 80.
And how long have you had this?
Going on 3 years.
3 years. And what have you done for that?
I had one surgery where they drilled holes in the left shoulder to try to make the bone think that it was broke and to rejuvenate itself. And a year later that had failed. So they decided that the next step would be to replace the shoulder joint. So they replaced the ball and I have a rod that comes down into the humeral bone on my left shoulder. And that surgery requires a 6 months to a year recovery to be able to move the arm because they have to go through the rotator cuff in order to get to it. So it limited my motion quite a bit. And then my right arm started to act exactly like the left.
So when you say it limited your motion, describe for us, how could you move it at all?
When I first started, my arm would go about here.
Okay.
And as far as raising to, like a kid would do to raise for a question at school, I could go to here. And within the first 4 days, I was able to raise it.
First 4 days of the cleanse?
Yeah. And the right arm was starting to be as restricted when I went to the doctor the day before I came here. Both arms had the same amount of range of motion, which to me was scary.
Right.
He said that he expected to see me at the end of this year for the surgery on the right arm, but I'm right-handed, and that makes it a little difficult for daily activities and grooming. And, you know, it's already been really hard to groom, brush my hair, and curl my hair with not being able to raise my arms as it is. Last thing I wanted to do was have it happen on both arms. So,
wow, so that's going to be pretty scary. You can't raise your arms.
yeah,
You
really
can't.
hard to get dressed. It's amazing what you use your arms for. Getting in and out of the car was extremely difficult. If I got in the driver's side, trying to pull the door closed with the operated arm was hard. If I got in on the passenger side, it was starting to hurt on my dominant hand, and I couldn't close the door. Opening doors, carrying things. Very hard to do. I had a Wednesday, the day before I came and saw you, I had a 5-pound weight limit with my left hand, and will for, he said, probably till the end of the year. And that's the non-dominant hand, and if that was to be your dominant hand, I wasn't liking the future.
Right, right. So right now, do you have full range of motion in both?
About 90%. This arm still hurts here, which means I still have some necrosis I need to work through.
Right.
But that's only been 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks. So gained probably, I'd say, at least 50% range of motion since I've started. And
in 10 days, you've gained 50% range of motion in just 10 days.
Mm-hmm. I was on disability for the last 3 years for pain and lack of ability to do my ADLs to take care of myself. And my pain regimen was 4 Norcos a day, 2 saunas a day, and a 20 mic pain patch that I changed every week. And
wow. So let's just explain for those who don't know. So 4 Norcos, those are pain medications, right? What's the sonomas you call it?
Soma.
Soma.
And that's a muscle relaxer. 2
muscle relaxers.
And those were basically to start out with because of arthritis in my back and the pain with that, and that was the only thing they could use to try to handle the pain in my back.
And what kind of pain do you have in your back today?
I'd say my pain rate now is about a 1, maybe a 2, depending on how much I do and how much my train of thought is. I've noticed that if I can clear myself and tell myself that I don't have the pain, then it does go away. But I don't take any of the pain medications at all, and
So in 10 days, you went from 4 NoCo, 2 somas, and your pain patch, how many microns did you say?
20.
20 microns on your pain patch, and you're off of all that
Yes.
in 10 days.
And no withdrawals on the pain patch. I was a little worried about that with the pain patch, but
No withdrawals.
no withdrawals.
Feel great.
Mm-hmm.
Want to go dancing.
Pretty much. It's nice not to have.
Well, I remember you told me you came in on day 4 and then you could raise your arm. No, it was day 3, wasn't it? And you raised up your arm and pulled something out of the cupboard.
Yes.
Describe that moment.
That was really nice. It was a shock. I hadn't realized I'd done it until after I put it down.
What'd your kids say, your family?
They were a little surprised too. They just kind of, I had one on each side, and my husband on one side and my daughter on the other side, and they were both reaching at the same time that I was reaching, saying, "I'll get that, you got that." And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And then I think it was the 4th or 5th day that I noticed that my hair color changed.
Yeah, you went shopping, didn't you?
Yeah, I went and got a box of hair color, and my daughter was going to dye it because I had tons of gray in my hair. And my hair was a little blacker than it is now.
Yes, I would say. For us, it was here. For this, those Chandra, I remember her going, you walking in the door and going like, "Oh my goodness, what's happened to you?" Just kind of turn your head sideways and just show them. I mean, there's...
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of gray. There's some still here.
Yeah.
And a couple pieces up in the middle, but the color is a lot different. I'd dyed my hair probably for 5, 6 years at least.
And so you're back to a completely different color because you've been dyeing it, so you're back to your natural color.
Yeah, which I didn't realize was this color. But
What do you think of that?
it's nice. It is really nice. My husband has noticed that the texture of my skin is different. I put lotion on my back to help relax the muscles, and he said that when he had started, before I had started, when he would massage the oil on my back, he said the skin didn't want to give, and he said now it's pliable and smooth. And
Wow.
so the moisture in my skin is back in there.
So now that you've detoxed, your skin's more pliable, the pain is gone, you got range of motion. What else did you notice on the 10-day cleanse?
My energy level is going up. My will to live is going up.
I'll bet.
So it's making a big difference in my life completely.
Yeah. How about emotionally? I mean, where you were at had been really tough. From there, just 13 short days ago till today, where have you went from there to today?
Went a long ways. I was ready to give up.
I'll bet. Yeah.
I got tired of the pain.
Yeah.
And where you see yourself being
Yeah.
wasn't a pretty picture.
Yeah.
And now I feel like there's hope. I actually feel like I can go back to that doctor at the end of this year and say, I want you to show me
Right.
that you really believe that I need another shoulder replacement.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
be able to hear him say, "I don't know what you did, but no, you don't."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Wow. What a great gift you gave yourself.
yeah. And I didn't think I deserved it. So now it's nice.
Yes.
I did deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Yes.
I'm glad.
So while you're here on the 10-day cleanse, I know when you came into it, you didn't know what to expect. You came here to try something else out. So just as a matter of doing the 10-day cleanse, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest, 1 being the easiest, was it easy to do?
Yeah, it was. Probably the hardest part for me was the driving.
Just getting here.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting here. Yeah, you
Yeah.
came a long way every day.
Yeah, I figured it out today, 2,200 miles.
2,200 miles back and forth. Yeah, she came from Oregon, folks, to come and do the 10-day cleanse and living water. So very committed, yes. But as far as doing the colonics and the BioMat, did you find those all fairly relative to do?
Very easy.
Yes.
Yeah. And the people that worked with me were wonderful. And it's really relaxing. I kind of felt like a little bit selfish because it was me time for the last 10 days, 10, 13 days. You know, it was like, no, I'm doing this because I get quiet time to do something for me.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I've turned down a couple of engagements to go to do things with the kids and family, and it was, I just need you to understand this time I need to work on me today.
Yeah.
And it worked out well.
What a great gift to recognize that. I see this so many times, and I'm so glad and proud of you for recognizing that. That a lot of us have a certain value of, you know, should we take me time or should we not? But we all need that.
Yeah.
Because if we don't love ourselves first.
Yeah, it's really hard to love those around you.
Exactly, yeah. What a big shift. I know the first day, a couple of days you came in and watched your skin begin to change. I know you hadn't seen it yet, but we were sitting here watching you just start to glow like this, you know, like a rose. You know, you imagine a plant in the fall when there's no buds and all of a sudden, foop, it starts to come out, and it's just amazing. And then around day 5, like you said, your hair kind of hit this glow. And how about, did you, in terms of the detoxification process, did you see any parasites?
From what I understand, looking in the book, there's a couple that were like sacs.
Uh-huh.
And then one day I did have a rope that came out that was probably 10 inches long.
Wow.
And that was interesting, but painless.
Right. Yeah.
No issues with it. The unpleasant part was the Epsom salt. But that wasn't long-lived, so.
Right, right. What was your favorite tool to use? What was your favorite?
BioMat.
The BioMat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's comfortable. It's relaxing.
So as you were going through all the me work that you were doing and the emotional stuff, was there any ahas or things that came out at you that were contradictory to maybe what you thought before and came to learn about yourself that was a breakthrough for you?
I think probably the Lewis Hay book and learning not only to forgive, but to not be a victim. You know, to realize people treat you the way they treat you because that's what they know. I think that was probably the biggest.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot with relationships with my own kids, because I've had issues with that and thinking, you shouldn't treat me like that. But when you turn it around and realize that's what they have to give at the moment, it makes it easier.
Well, that's a big win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would be your suggestion to someone who's had been in a situation like you where they're hurting and they're somewhat doubtful? I'm sure you had some doubts just driving over here the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know you came in, took a tour, went back home, thought about it.
Yeah.
So what was that thought process and so forth? What would you say to someone who's thinking about doing it and
Definitely do it. It's definitely worth the time and the energy. The end progress is where you're going to want to be, and that's going to be the quickest and easiest way that you're going to get there. But from where I started to where I'm at now is huge, so it can only go up.
Yeah, great transition. Well, it's been awesome to have you here. You're just a blessing for us to have been here and
Thank you.
watch you go through this process. It's been so much fun.
Thank you. Thanks for helping me. I appreciate it.